all you lovely learners out there in learning land? Tyler from 10thumbspro.com coming at you with another ukulele tutorial like we do every single Wednesday and Saturday. If you like this kind of content, make sure you hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a lesson. Today I'm going to show you how to compose your very own riff. That means you'll be able to take chords. That means you'll be able to take a chord progression that you know, examine the notes in the chord, examine the corresponding scale, and create your own creative riff for your own songwriting. Printable tabs for this tutorial, including a backing track by becoming a Patreon. Links in the notes. Links in the description as well, including my email if you want some Skype lessons one-on-one. All right, go ahead and grab your ukulele. Brain and attention span. Follow me on in and let's break this stuff down. Come on in, let's do it. Okay, so the very first thing that we should learn is the chord progression underneath. The chord progression is the harmony, and that is the foundation of what we're going to create. You can think about the chord progression like the canvas, but it's not just a blank canvas. Only certain paints or certain notes are going to mix with that canvas. So we have to understand it. Our chord progression that we're going to play is going to be an E flat, a G minor, and a C minor. And we're in the key of C minor. So the chords that we have in this, or the notes in each of these, are things that we need to know. We need to know the notes in each chord. So the E flat has an E flat note, a G note, and a B flat. That's your root, major third, and fifth interval. If you don't know what intervals are, check out this link up here, right where the microphone's at. My finger's in the microphone. Whoa. Whoa. So you can check out the microphone. There's a link there, and you will see intervals in general and what that theory is and how to play them and learn them. Okay, so the notes, again, E flat, G, B flat. The next chord we have is that G minor. We have a G, D, and B flat. And this would be root, minor third, fifth. So really the orders of these notes go G, B flat, D. And then the C minor, which is C note, E flat, your minor third, and G, your fifth. So you write those out on a piece of paper, and then the scale that we're going to be composing with is the C minor pentatonic, which is C, E flat, F, G, B flat, C. Root, minor third, fourth, fifth, flat seventh, root. That is the formula for the minor pentatonic. C, E flat, F, G, B flat, C. So you can see, if we look at the notes from our chords and the notes from our scale, there is some overlap, all right? Identifying that overlap is what we're going to use to make our riff stick with our harmony. So the very first thing that we're going to do is look at the root notes for each of these chords and see if they're in the scale. We have an E flat, which is in our scale, a G note, which is in our scale, and a C, which is in our scale. So now we've looked at all the notes, let's go ahead and work on our strum pattern for our harmony. We are going to play the E flat, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. G minor, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. C minor, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. C minor, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. So if we just make a C minor and we vamp on that, we get down, 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 up, down, 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 up. That's our chord pattern, our strum pattern throughout the entire thing. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. And that strum pattern happens 2 times for each measure. That's why once we get to the C minor, over 2 measures, it happens 4 times. So if we go ahead and just strum through that really slow, we get... Okay, so let's go ahead and put that to the drums so we have our foundation recorded. Let's do that. Okay, so now we have the harmony with the drums recorded at 80 beats per minute. We know the notes in our chords and we know the notes in our scale. The next thing that we want to do is identify to see if our root notes are there. Well, our E flat, we have the E flat note in our scale. G, we have that G note in there. And the C, we have the C note in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to target those notes for resolution. Meaning over those chords, I'm going to play some notes. I'm going to play 5 notes to be exact. And the last note is going to be that root note. More important than the first note that you play on a chord, the last note is more important because that's the one that's going to ring out. So what we're going to do to just get a vibe of where these chords are is we're going to play these on the 1. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have where we want to finish established. Now it's time to make up a riff. The first part, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to play 3, open, 3, 5, 3. Finishing that little phrase on the E flat over the E flat chord. So that way when this note rings out, it was going to harmonize or sound good with this chord. Then the progression moves to this G minor. And I'm going to try to do the same thing. Finish my phrase on this G note. So here I'm going to go 7, 5, 3, 5, 7. And notice I'm using the same rhythm. At this point, I'm keeping the rhythm fairly basic because I want it to be easy to follow along for you, the learner. But you can really mix that up. We're just going 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. And we've worked from the G back up. In fact, both of these phrases start on the same note they finish. And by making them similar, we've established something called a motif. The ear likes that. The ear likes familiarity. The ear likes predictability. Okay? It has something that it can latch on to. So the only thing we need to finish is the end phrase over our C minor, which is going to sound like this. We're going to start off 7, 3, 5, 7, 0. So we're going to play 7, 5, 3, 7, 0. 1 and 2 and 3. And what I'm doing is going from the 7 to the 0. I'm playing 2 chord tones, but I'm playing a massive leap. It's going from 7 to 0. And leaps are something that you don't want to use a lot. Like, you want to use them sparingly because it can make the riff sound a little too jumbled if you use too many of them. But you also don't want all the notes to just be the neighboring note in the scale. So every now and then you use a leap. And what we did is we go 7, 5, 3, 7. There's a leap. And then a big leap, 7 to 0. And then we're going to do something really similar, but this time we're going to go 7, 5, 3, 5, 0. So another leap, but we've changed one note. Again, repeating this idea of the motif, repeating the idea of something familiar. So over the C minor, just those 2 pieces you get. So the whole riff, nice and slow. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 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 Again, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 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 All right, cool. that is the basic riff, the basic bones, how to take your chord progression. You need to know the key. So if you don't know how to identify a key, Google key sheet, and that will tell you all the chords in a key. Or you can also, for example, you like C minor, Google what are the chords in C minor, and then it'll tell you all the chords, and you can play the chords in a key in any order. So once you know the chords of a particular key, then you start to experiment with the order of them and get a chord progression that you like. But they're all going to sound good. The order doesn't matter. Feel free to mix that up, okay? And then we've got our chord progression. We know the key. Then we look at the notes of the chords that we chose and the scale that we chose. And then we try to find notes in the scale that overlap with our chord. Now, let's take this a step further. We only used root notes, meaning we targeted an E flat note over an E chord, a G note over a G minor, and a C note over a C minor. You can use other chord tones. The E flat, for example, we have the E flat, G, and B flat. All three of those notes are in our scale. So we're going to target the G note over our E flat. Our G minor, well, we know that this D note wasn't in the scale. Having said that, if it is a chord tone and it's not in the scale, you can still feel free to use it because it's going to sound great over this chord. That's just getting past the pentatonic, and you can get some really, really interesting ideas targeting the chord tones even if they're not in the scale. That's something to experiment with. The B flat note is in there, but if we make this G minor a G minor 7, we also have an F note. So we're going to target the F note over our G minor chord, and that will take our riff will actually transform the G minor into a G minor 7, which is really interesting. Okay, and then the next thing, so that'll be 5th fret here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing now. We've seen these notes that we're going to target. We're going to start to fill it in with a riff. Our first phrase, we're actually only going to change the last note. We're going to go 3, do, 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 boom, 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 3, 0, 3, 5, 7, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. We're going to go up to this G note, okay? Our second phrase, we're going to, again, keep it kind of similar. 1 and 2 and 3, 7, 5, 3, 7, 5. Okay, so there you go. Resolving on the 5th note, our F note, making our G minor a G7. G minor 7. Very, very cool. All right, so we're actually going to keep the last phrase the same because we want to resolve on that C note still to make the riff feel complete and finished. 4. Okay, so let's just go ahead and count it out nice and slow. No beat. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 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 Okay, let's put it to the drum so you can hear what that sounds like. All right, folks, there you have it. Those are all the pieces. Thank you so much for watching. That is how you write your own riff. Again, to recap real quick, choose a key, choose a chord progression, study the notes in the chords, and compare them to the scale of that particular key, and then start to find notes that you want to target over each of those chords, and then you start to fill them in. I'd love to hear what you come up with. There's a great app called Acapella that lets you play one ukulele and play over the other one, so then you can hear what it sounds like when you harmonize it. All right, play it up, put it up on Instagram, and tag us. Until next time, keep on rocking and rolling. Life is good, friends. 10thumbspro.com. Love, peace, and chicken grease, friends. Take care. Cool, everyone. Thank you so much for watching to the very end of the lesson here at 10thumbspro.com. We appreciate you. Keep on rocking and rolling. Keep on writing those riffs. Keep on loving life, because it's all good, my friends. And until next time, love, peace, and chicken grease. Keep it riff tasty, riff nasty. Life is good. Take care, friends. Rock and roll.